I'm very emotional for a lot of reasons, because we are getting on our plane to Paris to get to the Netherlands, relocating our entire family. I have 3 children, and one of the main motivators is that I don't want to send my kids to school and be afraid that they're not going to come back home. And the fact that as we were clearing out of our house yesterday, this happened again in this country that I've loved is so sad and heartbreaking, and obviously reaffirms my decision to leave. And I know that's a privilege that not everybody has, and I know that there are a lot of friends that I have on here in real life and virtually who would love to also get their children out of this country. And I don't take this opportunity for granted at all, but it also just shouldn't have to be this way. I shouldn't have to relocate my family because they're not safe at school in this country. And I'll just never understand it.
What's happening in the US is really scary, and a big reason why I have so much anxiety coming back to the US from Portugal. The US is a really stressful place to live, and the direction that it's heading in is incredibly concerning. These are not the morals and values I want my children to learn. I want my kids to feel safe to come to me if they are transgender. I want them to live in a country that actually cares about the earth and believes in climate change. The fact that the state that I live in is calling for executions as punishment for abortions is insane. It's why I'm making it my mission this year to scout out different countries that meet the criteria we're looking for and to get my family out of there.
Let me tell you why I want to leave. I want to leave because I don't want to live in a place or raise my children in a place that bans books and websites and words that can be used in research. I don't want to live in a place that's censoring our media so badly that we don't know what's going on in the rest of the world. I don't want to live in a place with terrible health care. I don't want to live in a place where childcare costs more than my mortgage. I don't want to live in a place where my daughter will not have as many rights as I did or my mother did. I don't want to live in a place that RFK Jr. is in charge of any type of health service, ever. I don't want to live in a fascist oligarchy. I don't want to live in a place that makes the CDC stop giving us information and drops out of the World Health Organization.
Of America, please get me out of this place. I'm tired. I'm losing my shit. Tired. I'm fucking 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 tired.
Wow, this shows how tired Americans are. Millions are packing their bags to move abroad, and many more have already moved abroad in recent years. Many say they're tired of the chaos, the instability, the rising cost, and the uncertainty around the country. So let's get to see more. Please like and hype the video and let me know thoughts in the comments, alright? Let's get into it.
The new American dream is to leave the US and take it from somebody who's already left the US. Life is so much cheaper abroad. My rent in Bali is less than $600 a month, and that comes with daily maid service. My bills per month while living in Bali were less than $1,000, you guys. $1,000 doesn't even cover rent in the US. And it's not just Bali. I've traveled all over the world, Thailand, Ecuador, Colombia, Mexico, and there are so many affordable places, much more affordable places than in the US. And don't even get me started on the quality of food and the cost of food while living abroad. The new American dream is to leave and to live a better quality life abroad.
Why we're leaving America. But in America, your medical benefits are often tied to your 9 to 5. But if you live abroad, you can get affordable private health insurance and you can focus on your passions. Gee, that seems like such a crazy concept here in America, to follow your dreams. We also want the flexibility for one parent to stay at home, to care for our children. We want to be able to save a little money, maybe buy some property. Basically, we're just trying to achieve the American dream. But the American dream is only available outside America. Oh,
Safety. I'd like to go out to dinner or to the grocery store without first having to look for the exit when I walk into the building. Yeah, we're leaving America.
Not to add to your Sunday scaries, but I do think that we need to have an honest conversation with no bullshit, no academic language, just straight facts about where we are right now. We are at the point where the President of the United States now is openly ignoring the court orders of federal judges. And if he is allowed to continue in this fashion, if he gets to the Supreme Court and then he ignores them if they rule against him, or if he gets to the Supreme Court and they rule in favor of him, ignoring federal judges' rulings, we effectively have a king in all but name. That means that if you are in any way antithetical to the current power structure or the type of people the power structure wants to protect, you have no protection in the United States. Zero. At that point, the legal system is as good as dead as a doornail. Just being honest about that, okay? And you can get in my comments if you want and say, oh, what about this? What about this? Let's just talk plainly, okay? If the President of the United States can ignore the rulings of federal judges that are acting as a check on their power, they are a king. And they will use the full weight of federal law enforcement against all enemies, perceived or real. And especially knowing how easily Trump is willing to kind of mutate political messaging to make anybody who is even potentially going to be a dissident of his into an enemy. That means that we are running into a whole lot of territory that is synonymous with red scare, lavender scare, whatever kind of X color scare you want to put on the front of that. We're running into it real fast. Real fast. And except this time, at least in the 50s, you know, there at least were some checks on the federal government in the House Un-American Committee, the Un-American Committee on the House, I'm sorry. But this time, though, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if there will be. And so we need to move with that in mind. We need to start asking, like, what would I be doing if I knew that if I was ever abused or if my civil rights were ever completely disregarded with no recourse, what would I do differently? You need to start doing that. Okay?
Take out as many loans as you can and use that money to start a new life in a new country, and then just never fucking pay those loans back. Who fucking cares? You don't live there anymore. Oh my god, you're gonna have bad credit? Oh, no. Oh no, you're gonna have fucking loser creditors calling you every day? Just hit silence unknown callers. Problem gone. Capitalism is a fucking disease, dude. The fact that billionaires don't pay taxes, but you are expected to pay taxes on your like $45,000 a year is fucking criminal. The fact that groceries cost your entire paycheck while CEOs are also reporting record profits, but they're blaming all these high prices on inflation is fucking criminal. The entire United States is run by fucking criminals. They all belong in fucking jail or a psych ward. Stop letting these fucking assholes just ruin your life. They made up a system that benefits them only, at your expense. Do your part to make it crumble. Because if you want to birth a new world where everybody can have a good life, then you're going to have to burn this world down first.
In 3 months, our family of 4 is moving from the US to Spain, and here are the biggest reasons why. My name is Olivia, and I've been documenting our visa journey, and I want to talk about today why I want to move our family to Spain. Number 1 is I don't want our 3-year-old son to ever have to experience an active shooter drill in school. Furthermore, I don't want to worry about if my son's going to come home alive at the end of the day. That shouldn't be on any parent's mind. Third, I'd love to live in a city that isn't occupied by immigration enforcement that are armed and can shoot anyone without repercussions. And 4, it's just cheaper.
So I don't know what to do. I really badly want to leave the United States. I would be gone tomorrow if I could make it happen. And my husband doesn't. He thinks that someone's going to save us. He thinks Congress or checks and balances or Democrats or someone is not going to let the worst happen. And I don't know how many other ways to try and convince him. I don't think that's going to happen. I want better for us. I want better for our kids. I want them to have a worldly, cultured childhood, and I want them to grow up in a better place than this. This is not a good life. And he's an engineer. I'm a nurse. We don't make a ton, but we're fine. But not here. This sucks. How do I get him on board with moving away from the United States?
let's talk about leaving the United States. I'm happy to share my literal exodus plan, but also just on a moral and ethical level, let's have a discussion. Because I remember in 2016, this was a conversation we were having where we were wondering, should we leave? And a lot of people decided, no, I'm going to stay and I'm going to fight. And a lot of people stayed. I stayed and I got a law degree and I worked in nonprofit and I started a content creation business where I talk day in and day out about these issues and provide like tangible solutions and things that people can be doing. And, you know, it's not groundbreaking work, but I feel like day in and day out, what I'm doing matters. And yet, it hasn't done anything. It didn't change anything. And I'm at a point where I'm personally ready to throw in the towel. And I want to know what people's thoughts are about that. I think there's a lot of people who think that, are ready to leave. It's a really privileged position to take. I fully acknowledge that most people don't have the means to leave. But the United States no longer represents me, who I want to be, the life I want to lead, the society I want to live in. And I have the opportunity to get out. So I'm planning on taking it. You can have all the opinions you want about that, but I want to hear what they are. I think it's a conversation we should be having because I know I'm not alone in this, and there are a lot of people who are thinking about or planning on leaving.
Americans and other citizens living in the US, please pay attention. I'm European. I'm from Portugal. I'm a lawyer, and I've studied law. I've studied international law. And the events that created several international laws. So those events, how you can imagine, they are wars, invasions, genocides. You need to pay attention and act immediately. If you are an immigrant, even if you are legal immigrant, you need to leave immediately because you are going to be the next. If you are trans, I guess you already understand what is happening. You need to leave immediately. Also, if you are gay, you need to leave immediately. People of any color besides white are going to be in danger. So, if you have the ability to leave, do it. Especially if you have children, leave. The others need to stay and need to protest, to resist. This is going to be very ugly. And I really would like this video, this message, will go to cross the Atlantic and to you guys. Please share as many times you can. I'm not going to go on details. I'm just saying, if you are one of these people, leave immediately. Immediately. Don't think twice. Okay? We are very concerned. Very, very, very concerned. We are watching with horror. We saw this happen before here. And your borders probably will close in 1 or 2 months. And prisons are being built. And nobody will be safe. But white people, in particularly, you need to protest right now. Oh, I'm going to lose my job. If every single one of you go to the street, you are not going to lose your job. Okay? You need to understand that you were educated with individualism, but you really need to act like a community right now. You really need to change that mind, and you really need to act as a community right now. And don't be afraid, oh, if I'm going to protest, they do this, or will do worst. Will do worst. Please, take this video very serious. We know what is going to happen. We see it when trans people cannot have a passport issue right now. This is so concerning, so concerning. If they are refusing to issue passports, please get a lawyer and never ever go there alone. Hire a lawyer. It's very important that every single one of you, especially these people that I mentioned, if you are not able to get a passport to leave the country, please hire a lawyer. Don't try to do it by yourself. It will be dangerous, okay? So, I'm not going to say more right now, but we are watching, and we are here to support you and open our arms if it's necessary. So good luck to all of you.
Whether you support Trump or not, there is no denying that America is deeply divided, seeing all the ICE violence that is happening right now, shooting people on the streets, and nothing is being done about it. You see, many people say they are simply tired, emotionally tired, financially tired, and mentally tired. Politics has affected many friendships, many relationships, and even many families. Some people say that they avoid talking about politics because every conversation turns into arguments. Then there is a financial pressure. Majority of Americans, they can't afford the basic. You see, things like groceries, rent, housing has become very expensive in many states. Groceries are way higher than they used to some few years ago. Healthcare is one of the biggest concerns in most families, you see. Childcare is expensive. College is expensive. Even earning a decent salary doesn't guarantee financial security. Many workers feel trapped in a cycle of work, pay bills, sleep, and then repeat. At the end of the month, there is little or even nothing left to save. And that's why Americans are looking at other countries where they believe there is a better work-life balance. People want to finish work and spend time with their children. They want the weekends that are not filled with worrying about their bills. They want vacations without going into debt, you see. So many people I've seen they're moving to countries like Portugal, Spain, Japan, Thailand, Costa Rica, and many more, where they see people eating affordable food and talking about a slower pace of life. And the people everywhere, they want the same basic things. They want safety. They want affordable living. They want opportunities. They want time with their families, and they want some hope. So are you one of the persons that are considering moving abroad? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.